Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me here today and letting me share my story. So, not that long ago, I was sitting in a similar place as yours, pursuing my graduation in an engineering college. And I was working hard and striving to do my best with only one aim in mind, and that was to get a good job. Turns out it all went in the right direction for me, and I landed a great placement offer to work as a product manager right after my graduation. It was one of the leading organizations in India, and I got an opportunity to work with amazing colleagues from elite colleges around the world. Along with balanced work life, the job also offered great pay, and I was able to lead a great independent life for myself and my family. It truly was a dream come true for me. But despite everything being so perfect, I realized I lacked motivation. And that is where I chose to take a break and retrospect. And here is when a side story emerged more clearly to me. While I was working 5 days a week as product manager, I was devoting my weekends to building playgrounds. And this had started as an initiative back in college after our visit to a school for underprivileged children, where we saw these children were playing with sticks and stones or literally anything that they could catch hold of. And I, along with four of my friends, realized that they needed a playground. And given that we were students and we were on low budget, we decided to build a playground with scrap materials. And this is how our first playground was built with discarded tires. And I had never really stopped working on it. Even after getting a full-time job, I continued to devote my weekends on this, navigating challenges such as traveling, talking to government schools and seeking permission to build playgrounds there, fundraising, etc., etc. And throughout all of this, what kept me going was the joy on the children's faces when they would be playing in the playground. Playground was a source of true happiness for these children, even though it was for a couple of seconds or minutes. Also, while working, I realized the impact of play on a child's development. And what appeared more clearly to me was that every child deserves access to play. And that's when I set a goal for myself to make it happen. From there on, I, along with one of my co-founders, started working on it full time. And it was like a lot of hustle, like any other startup. We were working 24/7, and for most days, two of us were doing the work of 3 to 5 people. I think lucky for us, early on, we also got support from incubators and some corporates, which validated that we were on the right path. Their support also enabled us to expand our team to interns, volunteers, and eventually full-time employees. The playground was also modular, which helped us achieve great operational efficiency. And we were able to build a playground in just 4 to 5 days. With all of these factors combined, we were able to achieve a first target of building 100 playgrounds in 20 states of our country, impacting more than 50,000 children within just 2 years. And today, right here, I want to share a glimpse of that with all of you. So as you just saw, everything was going perfect at this time, and a lot was happening around. And here I chose to take a break to digest, to understand, and to retrospect. And as I began to reflect, even though the number 100 in such a short span of time, and that is 2 years, appeared to be a great achievement. When I tried to tie it or extrapolate it to a bigger aim, which is to reach every child in our country, I realized it would take us 5,000 years to reach there at this pace. And with this realization, one thing was very clear to me, that we can't be going on ground and building each playground. It had to be owned by the local community. And by local community, I mean parents, school authorities, or anybody who has vested interest in a child's well-being. And this is where the idea of do-it-yourself community playgrounds emerged. And combining it with our existing modular playgrounds seemed like it would enable us to disrupt our existing setup. So in next 6 months, as we continue to build more 50 playgrounds, we are also able to fundraise for 100 playgrounds from one corporate donor. And this helped us in 2 ways. First, we were able to shift our thinking to a strategic level from all the hustle, bustle, and firefighting that was going on day to day. Second, it bought us some time to work with the community, to build the trust, and to test out our do-it-yourself playgrounds. And we built our first community playground in US in the outskirts of Michigan, led by some volunteers for the children around their community. Now, to summarize here, we were creating twofold impact. It is good for people and good for environment. Essentially, our organization is working like a machine, getting fueled by the resources of money from corporates and donors and converting it into playgrounds for children and upcycling tires, which helps reduce toxic gases in our environment. It looks like a perfect linear model in action, right? But linear models aren't the best if you have to reach people, if you have to reach the population of the size of our country. And that learning we'd had earlier as well when we were trying to build playgrounds ourselves. Hence, currently, I am trying to learn more about models that can self-sustain while doing good to people and environment. And I hope to find that solution soon and meet some of you again and share that story. So in my journey of celebrating pauses or opening a new tab in my life, sometimes I have found motivation that has actually helped me define my goals. On other times, I have found learnings that has accelerated my process of achieving my goals. Retrospecting on my experiences has helped me imbibe these learnings in my journey and hence create my own career path. Today, more than ever, our lives are programmed towards singular goals such as great CG, great placement, promotion, etc., which makes our thinking more tunnel vision towards that one objective. And sometimes we lose the sight of overall picture. And I wish I had started on this journey earlier, back in college or school. Hence, today, I urge all of you to create space for pauses in your life, to break the monotony, and not just learn from your experiences, but imbibe those learnings in your life. And I'm sure with one small bit at a time, it would eventually lead to a larger impact in each of your lives. Thank you. Thank you again for having me here today and letting me share my story.